Here to discuss cyber safety for yourself, your home, and your children, Andy Crouppen of Brown & Crouppen. Welcome back, my dear.
Thank you very much.
Loving the corduroy jacket, by the way. That is awesome.
It's that time of year.
Yes, it is. It's gorgeous. First of all, we have been talking about this for really over a decade, and that is the location of the computer. Some parents, maybe it's still in the kid's room, and it probably shouldn't be, you say.
I don't think it should be. I mean, if you think about like a bus station in New York City in 1976, and the worst things that could possibly happen there, you'd never drop your kids off there and leave them in the middle of the night. But what you're doing is you're taking the worst elements of that and you're bringing them into their bedroom unattended. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I remember back in the day, my parents wouldn't let us have TVs in our room. What are we going to do? Stay up late and watch Leave It to Beaver? Now you have kids in their room, unsupervised, communicating with, you know, your 13-year-old daughter, communicating with the 60-year-old man in Toledo, you know, and you don't know what's going on. That's what's scary.
But you also say that the computer in the office, which is, you know, how many of you have offices, and the family computer is in there.
Right.
That is also out of sight.
I think it can be. I think the biggest message here is watch your kids, supervise them, know what they're doing. If you have a computer that's kind of in a remote part of the house and they're often in there, there are child safety mechanisms you can put in place on the browsers. There are things you can do, or God forbid, you just walk in there every few minutes and see what they're doing.
Well, and we know what the standards of use, computer use at your child's school may be. But do you know what it is at the library? And better yet, they go to their friends' houses, and do you know what it is there?
I think that's just a product of knowing where your kids are, and I don't mean just they're at the library, okay, I know where they are. Know what's going on at that library. If they're at their friend Joe's house, or Joe's parents' home, or Joe's parents the kind of parents who supervise them, you know, it just goes back to the basics of parenting. Know where your kids are, know what they're doing.
And all of your kids know how to download. They all know how to download, okay?
They do.
You're responsible for what they download and for the result of that. Right,
and unfortunately, your kids know how to download illegally, and if they don't have your credit card to do it legally, you know, they're going to take the path of least resistance, and they're going to download music, which you're going to be responsible for. It happens all the time. And
talk to me about emails, what we should be concerned with our kids who are emailing, who have email accounts. What should we be watching for?
Well, we've all gotten these spam emails that look just like a letter from their bank, asking for their password, their banking information. And what those are attempts to get access to your personal information or get access to your computer. Now, if you have a family computer and maybe you have your tax documents that you prepare on your computer, and at the same time your kid is downloading their emails on the same family computer, there's no protection there. So your kid gets a virus. And
we all get the virus.
We all get the virus.
That's what we got to say to our kids. Now, honey, you get a virus, I get a virus, okay?
Right, exactly.
All right.
So now all of a sudden they're doing things that your banking information is out there in cyberspace, and you think you're doing everything you can to keep it safe, but you know. But
your little downloading
your little downloader.
Okay. I saw a Saturday Night Live skit, you know, what to do if your mom friends you on Facebook, but you say that we should make friends with our kids on Facebook. They don't want that.
I'd be pretty alarmed if my kids didn't want that, because what are they doing so bad there that they don't want to see it? And if they are, you got to be there to supervise the pictures that are being put up, because once they're out there, sometimes other sites pull those pictures or pull things and pick them up. And sometimes that stuff is out there and out there for good and can haunt you for years and years to come. Speaking of Facebook, please go to your Facebook page and become friends of Brown & Crouppen.
I didn't see that coming.
You and everybody else out there.
That was so
pretty sneaky, huh?
Yeah. All right, and quickly, our tech expert that we've had on several times has said to Google yourself, Bing yourself, do that for your kids
frequently
as well. Wow, it's a different world out there. Yes. Good to see you.
Likewise.
Thank you so much. If you have a